Walter Peterson understood that education fundamentally is about opportunity. The opportunity that we offer to young people to get good jobs, to live better lives, to be able to provide for themselves and their families.
And Walter believed strongly in education. He knew how important education was. And he knew that you weren't going to survive in this new world, in this new economy, without a quality education. But he always wanted to make education accessible and affordable. Those were two things that stood out in my mind, and I think he advocated all the time.
I think Walter's legacy would be that the gift of himself for the betterment of the underserved. Walter, I think for generations of college students in the past, in the future, in the current, all of those students, that legacy will be they realize an American dream because Walter gave of himself. Whether it be he was very generous with scholarships, whether it be the legislation that he would go for, he would always make sure when he was a member of our board that we maintained that we were accessible and affordable. I think that is Walter's legacy.
Some of my best memories include seeing Walter out in the reception area, coming in unannounced to visit me, to offer me guidance and his wisdom on particular issues. And when he came in, he was always just so thoughtful and caring about what was best for the people of New Hampshire, without worrying about the politics, without worrying about the partisan bickering. He offered me the same kind of advice and guidance that he himself lived by. And for me, that was very, very special.
He was in my office every day, and we'd talk about an event that was taking place here in New Hampshire or a national event. Remarkably on top of everything. I mean, always reading the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, and very, very, very avid reader.
And that's how I think so many of us can recall Walter, with his big smile, and he leaned over and would shake your hand. And you knew that as soon as you shook his hand, that he was going to help you. In some way, you just knew it, and you trusted him immediately. I mean, Walter evoked trust among everybody.
There won't be another like him. He presented something that you had to love, because in the end, you walked out of that room loving Walter Peterson. And as Ernie Loomis said, when he told you to go to hell, you were anticipating the trip.
Walter was caring, compassionate, thoughtful, but he also was a model of civility. In today's day and age, where people don't necessarily represent or reflect that, we need more people like Walter Peterson. Walter could disagree, he could argue, he could debate without trying to demonize his opponents. As I said, he was a model in terms of how one should conduct oneself in public life. And I think we need more people like Walter Peterson in today's day and age.
I would say that Walter was compassionate, and Walter also was a very fair man and transformative. His leadership was truly transformative.
Oh, his legacy is that kindness, that gentleness, that caring, that no one was afraid to talk to Walter about anything. And that will be sorely missed in this life that we're in right now. And Walter will be remembered forever as a gentle giant.